lot of people justify being evil and being bad, doing bad behaviors because they tell themselves this story that they are too good, that they are too nice to other people, too much of a nice person, too much of a good guy or a good girl. And that's how they justify absolutely abhorrent behaviors. You have to understand that they think that that's what's going to get them ahead, but they don't realize that they got it really, really wrong. It is not the ability to be evil, it is the ability to do dangerous things. You have to understand that you have to be dangerous, but it has to be from the right motivation. You have to realize that in order to actually be properly dangerous, you have to think of the people you are responsible for, because the ability to be dangerous actually protects them. That's the biggest motivation that you have to have. You have to have the ability to inflict dangerous things, dangerous activities onto others in order to protect, in order to be able in certain situations that are tense, in conflicts. But it is not the ability to do evil. It is not being a bad person. You are actually a better person. You have to understand that you need to find the motivation to become dangerous. And the motivation is simple: the ability to protect, provide, and really, really pay attention to your environment. And if the situation calls it upon, you can be dangerous. But it is a choice. You have to understand that it is a choice. It is not the way you are. You have that ability, but you are not constantly that way. And you have to understand that once you have the ability, it just becomes magnetic. It just seeps out of your pores. You do not have to really say anything or do anything. People immediately feel it. You have to understand that this is how it should be. You shouldn't be evil. You should still be a good person, but have the ability to be dangerous at the same time. Train that ability. Instead of trying to be more evil or bad, just go ahead and train for certain scenarios. Those scenarios where you know it's going to be tough. It's going to be the bad situation. It's going to be serious business. You have to have that ability, because that will create more confidence in you and those people who are really in your responsibility. Because if they can feel that you have the capacity to be dangerous, they will feel more protected. They will open up more to you. They will give you more in return, because they feel like you have the ability to choose whether or not to inflict that dangerous behavior. You have to understand that, unfortunately, when you look at the world, you see that bad people get good things happening to them. But it's because this ability to be dangerous, it's so rare that people go for the second best. They go for people who are a little bit or more than a little bit evil and bad, because they cannot find someone who has the ability to actually be dangerous and choose whether or not they are. You have to understand that most often than not, they do not have this choice. Most people only find good people and bad people. They do not find good people who have the ability, if they are being called to do so, if the situation demands it, they have the ability to do the dirty work. That is the better alternative than being a bad person. You have to have the ability, and you get it by training yourself. No matter if it's mental, physical, whatever it is, you train yourself almost every day or every other day to actually protect, to actually instill good behaviors in others, to be challenging, to be demanding, to really be protective. All of these things are built on a bedrock of security, of protection, of desire to provide and protect. They don't come from the desire to have more. They don't come from the desire to go against your better nature. No, it is complementary to your better nature, to your morals, to your ethics, to all of these things, to your good values. But you have to have a sharp edge. It has to glisten in the sun. It has to be very well maintained. And you only can do that by training yourself every day. No matter what it is, just train yourself to be a bit more tough, a bit more dangerous every day. No matter if it's sports, no matter if it's just the way you talk to people, no matter if it is the way you structure your sentences, or if it's just meditation, because the ability to be focused and maintain focus, it's still a dangerous ability because you are able to take in environmental cues much faster than everyone else and much better because you have mental clarity. You have to understand that when I tell people you have to be more dangerous, they always, and I mean almost always, go for the physical training. Sure, you can do that, but you have to train your focus as well. Because if you train just the physical body and you have no focus, you will not have the ability to discern in what situation you should be dangerous and in what situation you should be loving. You have to understand that if you only train your body to be dangerous, you might end up hurting those people who you strive to protect.